Black
slaves.
Americans built
She was
the
absolutely
USA.
correct. If you look on a timeline, the history of the United States is still fairly brief, and slavery was abolished a mere 155 years ago. It wasn't just the White House that was built using slave labor, by the way. The building that serves as our country's political center, the United States Capitol, was built and rebuilt using slave labor after its sacking in the War of 1812. Although most northern states had abolished slavery by 1804, it's had its fair share of symbols erected using slave labor. If you're familiar with the Trinity Church in New York's financial district, you may not know that the clergy rented enslaved people to build its iconic spires, as well as the wall that used to snake down what we now know as Wall Street. Many of our forefathers were enslavers. Thomas Jefferson's entire property in Charlottesville, Virginia, Monticello, was built and run by enslaved people. Enslaved people also helped build our intellectual centers. Georgetown University, one of the country's oldest colleges, built most of its campuses after the sale of 272 enslaved people in the 1830s. Many schools with storied histories were built in part by enslaved people, including Harvard University's Law School and the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. That school's campus was maintained by slave labor until its abolishment in 1865. Poor record-keeping and indifference by early historians makes it nearly impossible to know every contribution made to these buildings, but there's no doubt about how they got built.
Black Americans built
She was
the
absolutely
USA.
correct. If you look
Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all honor and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Rahaha Kodash, double honors to the apostles and the elders, great millstone, rule web, and great example to his younger brothers in the truth. And peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, Lord willing, this edifying lesson. And as you seen in the video, which this ain't no surprise to us in the know, but I just, got a couple precepts came to mind when I seen this video off Twitter. Going into how Jake built all these uh uh gigantic castle like buildings, so to speak, you know, cathedral like buildings and shit. They different arenas and stadiums and big churches and libraries. Jake built all those things, but I ain't gonna, talk too much. I'm gonna get this precept. This the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, and verse 1. It say, Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, and made no account of his labors. And Jake get no accountability for what they done in America, because if it wasn't for the Israelites enslaved in America, America wouldn't be what it is today, man. Everything, all these old buildings, these ancient, nice churches that go way back, and these big brick castle looking buildings, whether it's a library, White House, like he said, different schools. Jake built those schools, Harvard, and all these different things. Going into how we was enslaved up underneath these people. Which this, hey man, if you got a brain in your head, you know this, But you got some Jakes that be like, oh, we were never enslaved. We was in this, all of those dumb shit. And it's Esau know he had us in slavery, you know. And Jake just slow, man. Yeah, we chose to serve and all this old crazy shit. No, we didn't, man. We were forced, you know, through whipping and penalties of death to work for this man, which it was part of the curses. The Lord put us up underneath this man to serve him for our disobedience, But I'm gonna read it again. This was in Psalm 5:1. It say, "Then shall the righteous man go into the elect of the nation of Israel." At 144. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labor. Yeah, because these Edomites, they'll tell you, oh, if you don't like it in America, just go back to your land. But you stole this land from the Gadites and Reubenites and Issacharites, the northern kingdom. You stole these lands from them and made them contributaries unto you, man, from North, Central, and South America and the islands in between, and also Canada, which Canada is, basically North America as well. But The northernmost America is Canada. You stole all this land, and you enslaved those people that was here. Then you killed so many of them off. The ones you didn't enslave and you didn't kill off, because this nigga was making round trips with slaves. He was bringing slaves from the west coast of Africa and taking slaves back to Europe. Taking slave. It was a transatlantic slave trade. You know, we scattered all throughout the earth. The northern kingdom got scattered on the other side of the earth as well. And he was enslaved. The northern kingdom was slave also here in America, turned into indentured servants and shit like that. Pushed off into reservations, killed off, man. They say when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. Yeah, because the Lord is going to deliver us from this man. The Lord is going to deliver us up out of his hand, because we still in the hands of our oppressor. We still in captivity, man. Just because we ain't got chains on, we still here. You can't leave. The Emancipation Proclamation, they just transferred the ownership from private ownership to government owned slaves. You know, it say, and they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometime in derision and a proverb of reproach. We fools accounted his life madness and his end to be without honor. Yeah, because the Lord is gonna deliver us and honor us, man. You know, the Lord gonna get us up out this situation. Verse 5 will say, how is he numbered amongst the children of God? And his lot is among the saints. And all Israel are the saints. You know, every Israelite is a saint, you know. But you got to elect amongst the nation of Israel. And that's who's going to be delivered out of this time. Not all Israel, but the elect. But the elect of the nation of Israel. This is the book of Nahum, chapter 3, and verse this book of Nahum, chapter 3, and verse 1, it say, woe to the bloody city. It is full of lies and robberies. The prey departed not, and we are the prey. And Esau, the so-called white man, is the predator. You know? And this is a bloody city. It's another precept I want. How it go? Bloody city. This the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, and verse 12. It say, woe to him that buildeth a town with blood and establish a city by iniquity. And that's how this country was built, through blood and iniquity. We were worked to death building these buildings, working these plantations, serving these devils, man. They were working us to death, man. Literally. Working muscles off the bone of certain northern kingdom tribes. All the tribes. And it's a lot of atrocities that the Lord ain't even gonna allow us to know in the time we in, that they were doing this during the time of slavery, man, because we probably will go fucking crazy and lose it on these people. Which we not gonna do nothing, because we know what the scriptures say. Wait ye upon me to the day that I rise up to the praise. See, we are prey to these devils, and they are prey to the Lord, man, to the Lord Yahweh Shai. You know, Yahweh gonna send his only begotten son, Yahweh Shai, who the word England called Jesus Christ. And you Edomites, you so-called white people, you're gonna be a prey unto him, man. And he's gonna come redeem us and deliver us up out of your hands. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 50 and verse 33. It say, "Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captives held them fast and refused to let them go." Yeah, and we still in this nigga hands, man. And he don't want to let us go. He don't want us free. That's why you got to get a passport to leave, and you got to be your ass back when that passport run out. You know, if he wanted to let us go, we could just leave and go to another country and make refuge there. You can't do that, man. You got to get permission to leave, and you can't. Most likely, you're gonna have to come your ass back. You know, or they'll take you through a rigorous process of leaving and getting citizenship somewhere else. But you think they're gonna let the whole bulk of the nation of Israel leave and do that? No, man. Especially the men. Hell nah. That's in America. No, they're not gonna do that, man. This is the book of Baruch, chapter 3 and verse 8. "Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us, for a curse, for a for a for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments according to all the iniquity of our fathers, which departed from the Lord our power, the Lord our God." So we here serving out of punishment because of our iniquity, because we went astray from the Lord, man. Deuteronomy 28, you know, 15 on down. These are the curses that we suffered throughout captivity after captivity, all the way to this time now. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 45. It say, "Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee." Salakia. Verse 45, it say, "Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee and shall pursue thee and overtake thee till thou beest destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to keep his commandment and his statutes which he commanded thee this day. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever, because thou servest not the Lord thy power with joyfulness and gladness of heart, for the abundance of all things. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemy, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and the want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck." All you gotta do is look up yoke of iron. Don't put slavery or nothing. Just put in yoke of iron, and what's gonna pop up? Our black ass and hardcore bondage, transatlantic slave trade. "And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from one end, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, going to Esau Edom. A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand." Because when those Edomites came over here to America, the natives, so-called natives of this land, they were speaking broken Hebrew, man. And what the Edomites came speaking Portuguese, Spanish, French, English. You know, that's why they came with Hebrew interpreters. Same as when we was in, the west coast of Africa, we was speaking Hebrew, man. You know, and what they were doing on the slave move with the one famous scene. "What's your name, boy?" "My name Kunta." "No, your name Toby." He was whipping his ass, man. That stuff they put in those slave movies, it's enough to piss you off. I don't even like watching this shit because it'll piss you off so bad. But that's nothing to what they were really doing to us, man. You know, that's some of the stuff they was doing, but they was doing way more than that, man. And they gonna pay for it. They gonna pay for it in righteousness. The Lord gonna deliver us, and we gonna get our lick back 100 times, 100-fold. Lord say He scourged His enemies 1,000 times more. And the cup that we drunk, the enemies, our enemy, all these other nations, they gonna drink double. All the other nations, not just Esau, all other nations gonna drink double of the cup we drunk of, man. Esau just gonna get it the worst. And the Lord gonna eventually show mercy upon the other nations, but we gonna beat righteousness into these other nations, man, through rigorous and severe servitude and severe punishments for the breaking of the commandments for a long time until they mind right. Then we'll let them go to their own lands, and they gonna you'll down there think they Israelites. How they gonna be keeping the laws in their lands when we let them go, man? You gonna think they Israelites, man? Because this law that was presented before us, we're gonna present it unto them, and they're gonna have to keep it, man. And if they don't keep it, ain't gonna be no animal sacrifice, man. It's gonna be the punishments that's written, man. You don't get no damn animal sacrifice turtle dove, get to a land without spot and blemish. No, man. We gonna kick your motherfucking ass. We gonna have a two-edged sword to execute vengeance upon the enemies, man. That's what you heathens finna get. You so-called Chinese, you Moabites, you Japanese, you Ammonites, you Hamites, so-called Africans, you Edomites, so-called white man, Elamites, East Indians, Arabs, Ishmaelites, Japhet. All you nations are getting ready to go into hardcore bondage, man, up underneath the so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, Seminole Indians, which are the Lord's chosen people, man. The Israelites, we are the Israelites. All you nations finna go into captivity up underneath us, man. Whether you like it or not, you know. And ain't nothing you can do about it. Ain't one nothing we can do about it, you know. But that's pretty much what this the book I get 6 to 8. It say, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships going into America, because in the land of Israel, you don't need ships to get into Egypt, and which Egypt just means house of bondage. Again, was ships, because that land wasn't named Egypt. It was Mizraim, not Egypt. The people there were not Egyptian. They was Mizraim. That was the name of the land as well. Esau changed it to Egypt. It say, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again. We will never to go back to our homeland as a whole. You got Israelites over there in the land. You got Israelites scattered and sprinkled amongst the heathen over there. Of course, we scattered and sprinkled amongst the heathen all over the earth, man. Everywhere where people in mass concentrations, the Israelites are there, man, and great and good size numbers. Because you know how Jake get down, man. You know how fruitful Jake is. It say, "Thou shalt see it no more again." Talking about the land of Israel, our homeland as a whole. It say, "And there you shall be sold unto your enemy for bondmen and bondwomen." And that's what we were sold on auction blocks here. And no man shall buy you. And when it say, "and no man shall buy you," instead of saying buy you, it should have said redeem you. Because you can go in that word, you get the blue letter Bible, go into that word buy you, and go into redeem. Yeah, because no one was able to redeem us. No damn Marcus Garvey, no Martin Luther King, no. The niggas still marching to this day. Niggas still running to the poll to vote for some kind of, justice and equity. you know? Nobody still redeemed them back. And they still fighting for it. Still oppressed. Still hollering about we shall overcome. Yeah, but we are going to overcome, but it's not going to be by means of going through carnal man. It's gonna be by Yahweh Shai. That's how we're gonna overcome this, man, and all our enemies in the earth, man. Through Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, man. And this knowledge and this truth, man. That's how we're gonna overcome. This the book of Revelation, chapter 13, and verse 10. It reads, He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. Yeah, so we were led into captivity. And we still here in captivity to this day. You know? We still here in the land of our captivity today. So y'all let us into captivity, y'all gonna go into captivity. Y'all killed us with the sword, y'all gonna be killed with the sword, man. And that's the faith and the patience of the saints going into the elect first and foremost. And the rest of the nation of Israel, they gonna come back through the loins of the elect, you know. But they're gonna be destroyed on this side. They're not gonna be delivered from the second death. They're gonna die in Jacob's trouble. They're gonna die in thermonuclear destruction. You know, Lord willing, we're part of that number to escape these things. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 60, in verse 9. It says, Surely the isles shall wait for thee in the ships of Tarshish first, to bring thy sons from far, their silver and their gold with them, unto the name of Yahweh thy power, and the Holy One of Israel, because he have glorified thee. And the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, the same way we built up all your coliseums and schools and your White House and all your houses, the plantation houses, all these big mansions on plantations that's worth all this money. And Jake's still building everything today. It's called building every goddamn thing, man. You know, the Israelites still building this man's kingdom up. It's the same way it's gonna be in the kingdom of heaven, man. These other nations, they gonna build our kingdom up, man. They gonna keep our lands, our different, cause we gonna have plantation too. They gonna keep our vineyards and our gardens, you know. They gonna keep all our stuff up, man. Keep everything growing. There ain't gonna be no lawnmowers, you know. So it's gonna be some hard work. It gonna be no weed eaters and tractors. No, man. You gonna be working, man. Back breaking, grunt, hot, sweaty, blisters on your hand, bloody. You ain't moving, doing it right. You getting your ass whooped just like y'all did us, man. All you nations finna go through that, man. All you nations finna get ready to serve up underneath Yahweh Hashem Yahweh and Yahshua, the Israelites, man. Y'all gonna serve us, man. Same way we served y'all. It say verse 10 again, it say, and the sons of strangers going into these heathen shall build up thy walls, same way we built up their walls and they libraries, different uh, uh, mansions and palaces and shit, man. And their kings shall minister unto thee, don't serve us. For in my wrath I smote thee. Yeah, the Lord smote us in his wrath, going through back to the curse of Deuteronomy 28 and 15 on down to 68. You know, those were the curse the Lord smote us with. But in my favor have I had mercy on thee, yeah, because the Lord gonna redeem us, man, and give us the kingdom and immortality. Verse 11 it say, therefore thy gates and no Israel, no, ain't gonna be no hell, ain't no Israelite gonna be burning in hell, man. No. If you get it wrong on this side, you're not a part of the elect, you're gonna be destroyed and you're gonna be born back in the kingdom, man. You ain't going to hell. You're going to be born back righteous in the kingdom, and you're going to know, damn, I fucked up on the other side. But the water Yahweh Shem Yahshua Israelite, and you're going to be good after a while. You're going to have your head down for a minute, then you're going, bro, we got forever. So, you're not going to be thinking about that forever, literally. you know? Everlasting kingdom with all the heart to wish. Come on, man. We're not gonna be thinking about, that we gonna forget about Esau. We're gonna forget about this captivity eventually. We don't always know about it, but it ain't, It ain't gonna be like how we hear right now. So all we can think about is this cause how this shit fucked up. Well, and eventually in the kingdom, we gonna be our kid when we tell the story to our kid, they gonna be like, "What? No," they gonna be amazed. Like, hell nah, y'all ain't go through all shit. We gonna be in Hebrew though. We gonna be speaking English. We gonna be speaking Hebrew, explaining like they what we went through in Babylon the Great. This Babylon the Great. Fly them over and show them it. We there pressed up underneath the Edomites. Pull up a hologram what an Edomite look like. That's how it's gonna be. Somewhat. I can't say exactly how it's gonna be. I don't know. We ain't in the kingdom yet. Verse 11 it say therefore thy gates shall be open continually, they shall not be shut day nor night, that men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentile, all the heathens. They gonna be bringing their sons, their daughters, whatever, the first fruits of their sons, daughters, the first fruits of their cattle, the first fruits of their uh, uh, gold and silver, whatever they pulling up out the earth in their lands, all they fruits, literal fruits and vegetables. They gonna be bringing us they spices and they different wines and a strong drink or whatever they doing. They gonna be bringing and flooding us with their stuff, man. You know, our gates gonna be open continually. Therefore, thy gates shall be open continually, that they it say they shall not be shut day nor night, that men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles, and that their kings may be brought. For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall utterly perish. Yea, those nations shall be utterly wasted. Verse 13 it say, the glory of Lebanon shall come unto thee, the fir tree and the pine tree. And the fir tree, if I'm mistaken, I think that's like the Christmas tree. And the pine tree, you know what a pine tree is, and the box together to beautify the place of my sanctuary, going to the land of Israel, you know, the Holy Land, the Garden of Eden. It say, and I will make thy feet, and I will make the place of thy feet, and I will make the place of my feet glorious. You know, heaven is my throne, and the earth is my footstool. That's the place of the Lord's feet. The Lord finna beautify the earth again, man. We looking for a new heaven and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. It's gonna be the same earth, but it's gonna be renewed. It's gonna be restored better than what it was in the beginning, man. That's what the Lord finna do. How it was during the time of before the flood, during Adam and Eve, and the serpent, and the sons of God. No, the Lord gonna restore it better than what it was back then. You know, it's finna be perfected this time because we gonna be changed. Gonna put in that new covenant. We gonna be changed into get that the heart of flesh. If I ain't mistake, take the stony heart away from us, and we're gonna be given a heart of flesh. Roughly paraphrase. You know, we ain't gonna go off. You know, we ain't gonna mess up like we did in the Garden of Eden, and hearken unto the nations and take after they different philosophies and wickedness, man. No, we ain't gonna do that. Our women ain't gonna go off, man. We gonna be made perfect. We're gonna keeping the law, statutes, commandments gonna be first nature. It's gonna be like blinking. It's gonna be like if you're hungry, you're gonna, it's gonna be. It's nothing you gonna. If you gotta use the bath, that's how it's gonna be. If you gotta use the bathroom, you gonna use it. You ain't gonna be able to help but keep the law, statutes, and commandments up underneath the new covenant. You know, that's mercy, man. Because the Lord could have done away with us and made a whole new nation. you know, but He bound by His word. And the Lord is merciful. Verse 14, it say, the sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee, and all they that despise thee shall bow themselves down at the soles of thy feet. You know, and they gonna be looking face down to the ground when we pull up, when we come through, bowing like they do in movies. When the king come through, everybody bow down. That's how these nations gonna be when Yasharala come through. If one of our children come through, they gonna hit their knees and bow unto our children. How much more us? Or our women, man, they gonna be bowed, man. If you don't want the kingdom, you need your ass whoop. You run around hollering about Kamala for president, man. Hey, man, you need to be reset, man. Trump 2024, you need your ass. You need to really be deleted, man, off the face of the earth, man. Literally, in the worst way, you know. Because this shit is madness, man. You got to be out your motherfucking mind. You still talking about a presidential debate and all that old dumbass shit, man. Still here serving these fucking devils, man. In this oppressive ass place. It say, and they shall call thee the city of the Lord, the Zion of the Holy One of Israel, the monument. Because if I am mistaken, that's what the word Zion going to monument, the monument of the Holy One of Israel. Verse 15 it say, whereas thou hast been forsaken and hated, so that no man went through thee, I will make thee an eternal excellency, a joy of many generations. Thou shalt also suck the milk of the Gentiles. Yeah, we're gonna get all this shit, you know. It say, and shalt suck the breast of kings, and thou shalt know that the Lord, and thou shalt know that I, the Lord, am thy Savior and thy Redeemer. Yeah, that's who gonna buy us, the mighty one of Jacob. You know, and the Lord, hey man, it just keep going. Verse 17 it say, for brass will I bring gold. Yeah, so how brass is here, you can find brass. Like if you go in these rich Edomites homes, because before I switched jobs, I was working in these different rich Edomites homes and stuff. You know, these different on golf courses and shit. And they faucets and shit in the house. They had brass faucets, brass pipe. You know, they sinks, faucets, and knobs. They were brass. The handles on their cabinets and shit, brass. You know, but look what the Lord said. It say, and for brass I will bring gold. So in our kingdom, our knobs and our faucets gonna be gold. Well, it's gonna be whatever we want it to be, but it's gonna be gold. It's gonna be silver, you know. But he gonna make how brass is plentiful, more plentiful than gold here. Gold is gonna be plentiful like brass. And for iron will I bring silver. And iron is, oh my goodness, you know, iron is very plentiful in this kingdom, in this world that we living in currently. Brass is very plentiful in this kingdom world that we living in currently. You know? But the Lord say, for brass I will bring gold, and for iron I will bring silver. And wood, it say, and for wood, brass. So how plentiful wood is here, you know? That's how brass gonna be. And brass is a precious metal. Like if you get a whole bunch of brass, you finna make some money, especially if it's clean brass, you know? And that shit don't corrode, you know? Brass right up underneath silver, you know? Very expensive metal. It say in stones iron. So how plentiful stones is here, that's how you gonna bring forth iron. I will also make thy officers peace and thine exactors righteousness. It say verse 18, violence shall no more be heard in thy land, wasting nor destruction within thy borders. Well, let Nate tell it. And Gog and may God go rise up and take us down, man. Let me stop. You know, say God gonna rise up and get us, man. That ain't what the scriptures say. This kingdom talk right here. It say, violence shall no more be heard in thy land, wasting nor destruction within thy borders. But thou shalt call thy walls salvation and thy gates praise. The it say the sun shall be no more thy light by day, neither shall the moon give light unto thee, but the Lord shall be unto thee the everlasting light, and thy glory and thy God thy glory. Um, verse 21 it say, I'm finishing. It say, thy people also shall be all righteous. All Israel gonna be saved with an everlasting salvation. And we ain't gonna teach every man that we ain't gonna teach our neighbors no more. We're not gonna teach Israel no more, to keep the law, statutes, commandments. But we gonna teach the nations. We not gonna teach ours. We not gonna be when our kids be born, this law and that law. No, they gonna automatically know how to keep the laws. We ain't gonna have to teach them the law. Period. Our children gonna be born and they gonna know all the laws, what they gotta do. We ain't gonna have to teach them shit as far as the laws, how to be perfect with the Lord. It's gonna be first nature, man. It's gonna be instinct, impossible to break. It say that people also shall be all righteous. They shall inherit the land forever. Not how goddamn Nate explained that they ain't. It say the branch of my planting, the work of my hands, that I may be glorified. A little one shall become 1,000, and a small one a strong nation. I, the Lord, will hasten it in His time. So we getting ready to be plenteous, man, in every way, shape, form, and fashion. And you, what you niggas still fighting for here is the question. What's here to fight for? Lord say He gonna make a thousand, a little one gonna become 1,000, and a small one a strong nation. Lord say He gonna turn gold. I mean, the Lord say He gonna turn brass into gold, and iron into silver. Roughly paraphrasing, the Lord say He gonna make that our gates gonna be open continually. That the Gentiles gonna bring their forces, meaning they all their goods, all the gold they getting, pulling up out the earth wherever they at, all the stones, they daughters, they sons, whatever they growing, flocks. They gonna be bringing flocks, herds, you know, quail and turkeys and all everything, man. If you don't want the kingdom, you just need to take a nap, man, for a while. That's just simple as that, man. But that's pretty much the point, man. If you don't want the kingdom, well, I mean, the point of the lesson is, hey, we serve these nations. We built up their kingdom. They gonna build up ours, man. And they made no account of our labor, man. Now the righteous man standing in great boldness in these lands. You got niggas calling us cowards and all this, but we especially the brothers down here, man. We in the thick of these crackers, man. In the dirty, dirty South, in Alabama, Mississippi, Florida, you know, Georgia, Louisiana, Texas. What these devils, man, sundown towns all over, you know? Motherfuckers getting harmed, lynched. We talking about post-slavery, after slavery, when these crackers were really fucking us up even more, man. When the time of affliction was fulfilled, we had great boldness before the face of these devils, and we prophesying in their streets, letting them know that their country is finna collapse. Civil war is at hand. This place is done. We telling them to their face that we are the Israelites, that we built this country up, and the Lord is finna pay them back for what they done to the apple of his eye. You touch the apple of the Lord's eye, now you gotta pay, man. But that's pretty much the point, Lord. Willing, this was edifying. I want to end it, giving all honor and glory to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem. Rakaha double honors to the apostles and the elders, great millstone rule. We have been great jump to the younger brothers in the truth. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom. Call me outside in the above. Shalom.